Well, hi, I'm Robert Knoll. Welcome to the Guitar Zone. Inspiration. There are inspiration for anything you do in life. What makes you or allows you to be inspired to do things? We want to draw the inferences to guitar, learning guitar, being a better guitarist, a better musician. What can inspire us? Well, there is the psychological and neurological aspects. I will do videos that will address the psychological and neurological, so you should be able to find them in the videos, okay? All right. So it is important, and you might even look up psychological guitar or neurological learning, and that may get you to start thinking about what it is to be inspired and how our brain works. Because there are a lot of studies. There are studies that have been done with different aspects of learning guitar and learning instruments and music. So if you really want to know how the mind works, and you really should to an extent know this, how we think, how we learn. I know what inspires me. I like to be on stage and have the people going, yay! I love that. I love the look on people. I love it when I know I'm healing people, when I'm taking a sad person and making them happy and telling my story and having people relate to me. That makes me really happy. That inspires me to keep wanting to do it, that I can do something good with my guitar. I can show the power of love through my guitar, the power of what we can do as humans to heal one another, to put out music or a sound with this guitar or a song that people go, wow, cool, groovy, yes, far out, I love this. To inspire others is wonderful. It's beautiful. So I look for the beauty. I look for the wonderment of what is possible, the possibilities of what I can do playing a guitar and writing music on it. Playing, jamming, affecting people when they see me play, turning them on, seeding thoughts. So all of these wonderful things that have to do with people and performance, and I take it to a bigger extreme, humanity. I want to use my music to also state my political beliefs that I believe very much in, my humanitarian efforts, what I think is important there, humanistic, secular human issues and rights. I want to be able to express that, and I can use my guitar as a tool to do that. So this is all groovy, okay? And I will address this more when I do more videos in the future, and there will be the psychological and the neurological videos. So you don't want to get burned out. You got to be inspired not to get burned out. Maybe you're not progressing fast enough. You learn through time what is affecting your motivation. You want to stay motivated. This is what we've got to learn to do. Keep our mind motivated, keep us going. You don't want to lose the momentum of practice. So I'd say listen to artists, listen to others, songs, be open, because you got to make it fun to practice. You can always tweak in your practicing. You don't want to get overwhelmed with one thing. When you look at your routine, you can change your routine. You don't want to get overwhelmed into just working on one thing and getting boggled into that and toxic. You change up. You work on other things. You find the system that motivates you, that inspires you to keep going. Maybe it is learning some songs, some simple songs, or working on some songs that maybe, as far as a teacher now, I like to motivate my students. But sometimes you have that secret missions that you do. We all do. I have. When I had my teachers, I was always working on other things that I didn't really always let my teacher know about. But I was working on songs and trying to do this, trying to do that. So I had lots of things going. So I couldn't be bored with one thing because I knew I could jump into another thing if I needed to and then come back. So our moods and emotions, like the psychology, plays a big part on us being inspired. One thing that inspired me when I was real little, my first guitar teacher, Jan Johnson, I was just a little boy, 5, 6 years old. And I went to her house, and she was a lady. She was probably in her 20s, but she was a folk artist, and She was quite well known in the Detroit area. And she was teaching me to play and read music. And I had I still have the book, the Alfred's Guitar Course book, book 1. She would put little stars, little stickers on the songs every week. When I passed it and did it good, and I could move on, she put a sticker, or she would let me pick a sticker, like a little animal or star thing or something that looked groovy, that as a little boy you went, wow, that's cool. So I was getting rewarded. So how about rewarding yourself? Is that a possibility? Maybe a sticker system for adults, Go buy some stickers and put them on your guitar or put them on something to award yourself. Maybe it's going to the music store and maybe you see that guitar. When I get good enough, I can get that guitar I really want, or that amplifier, or whatever it may be. That might be a reward when I get to a certain level that I can attain. And when I get there, I'm going to get that. So the reward system is very, very groovy. All right, so keeping your guitars, you got to have them ready to play all the time. They got to be, you don't put your guitars away. They're all over your house, or you have a music room that you develop, and your music room should be really all about inspiration. Have some pictures of your favorite guitars or artists. You got to, and charts and musical things that inspire you. So you need to get your environment to help you be inspired. That's really important. Look at my groovy. And, this is just how I am. This is where I live. So I'm inspired with colors and things all the time. Look at this guitar. Is that not inspiring? Come on, Makes you want to play it because I'm just looking at it. Yeah, I got to play this guitar. So there's a lot to that psychology, right? I talked about you do songs with your teacher when you study, but then you do your secret things on your own. You make adventures, you do journeys, safaris. You keep wanting to make discoveries. And as long as you keep going for that, you will make discoveries. And that's inspiring. You're getting inspired. Maybe sitting with some other guitar players. Maybe they're a lot better than you. That can be inspiring. Yeah, wow, I got to get good. Going to the jam session, the online jam sessions, the internet, being online with people and talking about inspiration, what gets people off and what they learn, what turns them on, will help you too. It could. But like I say, on YouTube, there's Video Extreme for guitar lessons and guitar people trying to teach you. Now, I will tell you that goes so far. Some of it's inspiring, some of it's not good. I would say about 90% of what's on YouTube is not good. It's going to cause you bad habits. And there's a lot of teachers out there that most of them shouldn't be teaching. They're doing it because they got some bucks and they're doing something. They're not where I am with teaching about really caring about you, guaranteed. But there are some good stuff that can be inspiring. So you got to search that out. And it's out there on the internet. You just got to really look and know when you're going down a toxic road, okay? You want to keep being inspired. The guitar cults. Yeah, there are guitar cults out there. They can be good and bad, all right? So don't make excuses for not practicing or learning guitar. Attain your goals. It's important to you. And it's so wonderful when you just attain simple things, easy things. You go, wow. And you keep going. You keep learning what keeps you going. So you got your performance goals. You don't want to get sidetracked, so you got to be careful. You got to beware of things. Like I said, the YouTube, you got to have a positive attitude all the time. So keeping your positive attitude is so important. There are good and bad techniques, and you want to avoid those bad ones. And sometimes it's not easy. You have to keep coming back to it. But you don't dwell on one thing. If it's toxic, come back to it later. Find another way. Go on to something that keeps you going. Wanting to play that guitar every day. And you can do it. You can do it. It takes practice being inspired. So there's songs, musicians, guitarists, bands that might inspire you, songwriters, the science of guitar, studying about guitar, researching, all these things that can get you going. And it's really inspiring. Like I said, you can be a collector. Some guys like to collect guitars and stuff like that. And the concert goers, they go to concerts all the time and are inspired. Whatever turns you on, okay? Very key. Whatever turns you on, whatever is groovy to you, inspires you. So find out what they are, work with them, and do it. It's wonderful. But like I said, when you're able to play a song for your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend or your husband, or you're able to play for the kids and do a little ditty, a little tune, or for your friends sit in and jam, or at the campfire and you go, wow. You come back home and you go, or you get into bed and you lay there and go, wow, that was so cool. Everyone enjoyed. People say nice things to you. That inspires you. So you can inspire others by patting them on the back and say, hey, you're doing all right. Hang in there. Keep working. So good people, your environment matters. And when you can do the gigs or sell the records or do the concerts and festivals, there's a whole nother level because when you get accolades and you get awards and your community knows you and the music community starts to know you and the other musicians get to know you, and maybe you go to a music store, you hang out at the music store and you talk to some people. There's another way to get inspired, right? Your environment. Keep your environment going places. And even if you're at the beginning level, basic, beginner, intermediate, advanced, super, pro, whatever, get inspired. Keep the inspiration going. It's too beautiful. It's so great. Learn to love your guitar and love the learning aspect, because you'll stay out of ruts and you don't want to be toxic. I guess that's my wrap. I just want you to always know that there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And you don't have to make guitar a doldrum. It should always be fun to play guitar. And it should be fun to practice, fun to learn. And you can do it. It's all up to here. Your environment, keeping your head on right, inspiring yourself, always looking for inspiration. It's groovy. Inspiration is groovy. Adventures, journeys, safaris, missions, they are all going to lead you to discoveries. And when you make discoveries, you're inspired. How groovy. Inspiration.